Hey, I'm Adam Jusko from ProudMoney.com, and in this video we are going to answer the question, does it hurt my credit score when I check my credit score? But before we do that, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. Now, if you are already a subscriber, and you should be, this may be credit scoring 101 to you, but it is sort of interesting how this question came about or what the inspiration for this video was. So I was out with some friends a little while back, and one of the people there is sort of getting ready for a mortgage, and she was talking about sort of the things she's doing. She had run a small business that didn't go so well and had racked up some credit card debt, and she'd been trying to pay it off, had kind of, high debt, and her credit score was going up, but she said that recently she had checked her credit score and that it had actually gone down a few points, and she sort of jokingly said, I've been checking that credit score so many times, they probably docked me a few points just for checking it so often. And everyone kind of laughed a little bit, but then somebody else said, is that how it works? Do you lose points when you check your credit score? And somebody else said, yeah, I actually heard that you did lose a couple points when you check your credit score. Maybe you're right. And so then, of course, everyone looked at me. And then I said to them, and I'm saying to you, no, it does not matter how often you check your credit score. It is not going to affect your credit score. So no matter how many times that you are looking, if you have a mortgage coming up and you are checking your credit score all the time to see if things are going your way, that is not going to hurt your credit score. Now, to explain that a little bit further, or maybe to put it in context, I will tell you sort of a little bit how the credit scoring works when you are looking at your credit score. So there are two types of what they call inquiries on your credit report. So there are hard inquiries and there are soft inquiries. Now, a hard inquiry happens when a bank or other financial institution checks your credit report, checks your credit score in order to determine if they are going to give you a loan or a credit card. You have requested that you want that loan, you want that credit card, and so they are making a decision. So they are pulling your credit score in order to decide, or at least as part of their way to decide whether they are going to give that to you. So since it is your, your decision, your wanting that loan or credit card, that is a hard pull, and that does ding your credit score. You are going to lose, a few points on your credit score when you open a new account or when you attempt to open a new financial account. Now, usually that few points is not going to last very long in terms of it being knocked off your credit score. Within a year, those points should be back on your score, so not a big deal. The higher your score is, probably the less it matters. If you're sort of, in the middle or you're worried about a mortgage, maybe it can hurt you a little bit. But anyway, hard inquiry, lose a few points, but only when you want a loan or credit card and you are applying and asking for a decision. Now, sometimes you will actually apply for a loan or credit card, or credit cards in particular, and sometimes it won't be a hard inquiry if you have a previous banking relationship with that company. But you should always assume that if you are actually applying to get an approval on a loan or a credit card, that is going to be a hard inquiry or a hard pull, and that is going to affect your credit score negatively, even if it is only for a short period of time. And then the second type of inquiry is a soft inquiry. And a soft inquiry happens when someone is pulling your credit score essentially for information purposes or for marketing purposes. So if you have ever tried to pre-qualify or get pre-approval for a loan or a credit card, that would be a soft pull, because you're technically not asking for an application to be approved or declined. You are just asking for more information as to whether you are likely, with the credit score that you have, to be approved or declined. Until you actually go through with that application, it is only going to be a soft pull. Once you actually apply and they, check even further into your scores and make sure nothing's changed since last time, they kind of looked at things on your credit report, well, then that would turn into a hard pull, a hard inquiry, but it's going to be a soft pull to begin with. Likewise, if you get mail that is, offering you credit cards or offering you a pre-approval on a credit card, saying that, you match their profile and that here's the rewards they're going to give you, here's the interest rate they're going to give you, all those sorts of things. That is also going to be a soft pull. Yes, they looked at your credit score or your credit report in order to decide to send you that piece of, that marketing material about a particular credit card, but you didn't ask for it. So you cannot be, docked on your credit score when you didn't even ask for someone to be looking at your credit score in the first place. So that is a soft inquiry, and likewise to those two examples, if you are checking your own credit score, that is also a soft inquiry. You are asking for information about your credit score, about your credit history, but you're not asking for it in terms of actually applying for a specific loan or a specific credit card. So it doesn't really matter, how often you check, and it doesn't matter what source you are checking from. So if you're using a service like, Credit Karma to get a, free Vantage score, or you are, getting a credit score via one of the credit cards that you already have, or you are paying FICO or one of the credit reporting agencies for a credit score, no matter what it is, none of those are going to affect your credit score in any way. So that is it. Feel free to check your credit score with wild abandon. It does not matter how many times you check your credit score. It is not going to affect that credit score in any way, either positively or negatively, so it is not something that you need to concern yourself about. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews and have personal finance news. We talk deals, all sorts of other fun stuff too. Thank you for watching. Bye.